communication techniques. Okay, in your handout, I want to just share with you some basic techniques that I have used, that I've been taught in years of communications. They're good as a salesperson, they're good in relationships with people, your husband and wife, and even with your grandchildren. So the first one is understanding and using the I factor and the if factor. Make it your testimony. It's hard to be opposed to people when they say, this is what I have found. In the article on witnessing to closed-minded people, he shows, Ray Comfort talks about using the if. He says, for when people say to you, I don't believe in the Bible, I don't believe in God, I don't think there's a hereafter. Well, you may feel that the door is locked, that you can't go anywhere. But here's an alternative about how to plant some seeds. The key statement here is to say to them, what do you think happens after someone dies? Do you think there is an afterlife? If they say no, there's not, I don't believe in this, the door is really not closed. Here's where the key word if comes in. You just simply say, you know, I do believe. I know that you don't believe in these things. But if I'm right, the question that I'm asking myself, am I a good enough person to make it to heaven? If heaven does exist, will you make it? Are you a good enough person? The word if is the key that can unlock that door. I deliberately emphasize if, as I say, because if is non-threatening. Another little technique is called feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. In your handout you'll see that it says, I know how you feel. Others or myself, you can use yourself, have felt this same way. But here's what I have found to be true. Or here's what I have found. So it is 3 little statements, feel, felt, found. And those will show empathy. I understand how you feel. Brings in that they're not alone. Others have felt that way, and especially in your case, if it's you that has felt that way, say, boy, I've felt the same way and other people have too. And then say what I found. Here's what I found to be true. All right, point number 3. That was point number 2. Point number 3. Keep focused on your target. Dr. William Craig from Biola says, your goal, our purpose is not to win the argument or even to get into an argument. The goal is to present sound reason so that they can make a good choice, whether heaven or hell. Point number 4. I don't know, but I will find out. If you don't know the answer, just simply tell them, you know, I really don't know that. That's a good question. I'll see what I can do. Find out, get an answer for you. At that time, you can also say to them, now if the question or concern you have, if that is answered for you, or will you be open to the good news about Jesus Christ? The 6th point is use their own words. Learn what people are thinking, what they are saying, and take and use their own words to communicate to them. And one of the best places to do this is go on websites like Way of the Master when you see them out in the street, or Todd Friel, Wretched, and when they're out in the street and they're talking to people, and you see how they answer the questions. But one of the basic ones I've used several times is, I know you're an open-minded person. Now, isn't that a most common statement you hear from Christians are closed-minded? Well, we're not. We've got the answer. That's the only problem. We're not really closed-minded. But that's a common statement they'll say to us, that we're not open-minded. So just return to them. Same statement. I know you're an open-minded person. So you really might be interested in hearing this, looking at it, looking at this card. Additional thoughts. Follow-up. After you've seen or talked to them, make sure that you follow up with them. Don't be afraid of that. If they don't come, if they shy away from you, or there's no conversation, then you don't have to say anything maybe. The next point is prepare them for the follow-up appointment. And here's a simple way to do that. Jim, after you've looked over that tract or on that website, I'd really like to know what you think. Do you think you'll be able to review it this week? And then just see what they say. I had one lady say, I said to her, can you look over this and tell me what you think? And she goes, well, my break is only 20 minutes, so can I look at it tonight? So I said, sure, I'll see you tomorrow. So now the other is the role of prayer. And this is, in Africa, there's been a powerful strategy that they've had going there. And it's called prayer, concern, and share. So they will tell somebody, they'll pray for them, they'll go out in the community asking you, they'll show concern for them if they need medical help, they need a trip to the hospital, they'll show the concern. But in addition to that, they will use that opportunity to share, and that's the most important. So prayer is a powerful means to use to reach people with tender heart. How many people have ever come to you and say, hey Sam, my life is wonderful, everything's going great, how about praying for me to make it better? No, you don't hear that a whole lot. It's usually in tragedies, in suffering, in concerns where that they turn to God, which is one of the reasons God brings about that into their life. And it's a great opportunity to share the gospel when they're open to a divine answer.